Hello, I'm Barbara Cashman, and this is SilkeMat. You see why it's called that. This is a refractory fiber blanket, and what I really love about it, and this is the reason I'm bringing it to the market, is because it's safe. It's non-carcinogenic, and that means a whole lot to people like myself who work in glass. If you've got children around, anything, it's just you don't want hazardous materials in your workspace if you can prevent it. What has been on the market as far as a refractory blanket is this. Unfortunately, it is carcinogenic. Anytime you want to know what is in a material that you buy, ask for the manufacturer's specification data sheet. It's called an MSDS sheet. It will tell you all the hazards that are involved with the material, or if it's not hazardous. Like for instance in SilkeMat, my MSDS sheet say this product is not considered hazardous. These fibers are classified non-respirable. Now what that means is you can cut it, you can work with it, and you won't have to worry about a dust mask. I've been in the plant. Even the people who work with this material in manufacturing don't wear dust masks. Doesn't mean you shouldn't, but nonetheless, what I'm saying is, to prove that point, is it's not necessary for your health. How we use it. We use SilkeMat as a firing surface. Some of these materials have been fired directly on the SilkeMat. It does pick up a pattern, as you will see this. It does have a slight pattern to it. Nothing you can do about that. But the pattern is not objectionable. I haven't found anybody that feels so, but nonetheless, it will put a slight pattern on your material. What I have noticed, however, is that float glass doesn't appear to stick to it, even at fusing temperatures. Now, for me to fuse float glass, I go to about 1500. I rarely go beyond that. However, this is like 3/8 inch float glass, and what we've done is kiln carve this piece of glass with this little material. Where is my little, oh, it's gone away. Here it is. This little piece right here. SilkeMat can be cut with scissors, with an X-Acto knife, cuts cleanly, and these little pieces have been fired many, many times. They have not lost any kind of integrity as far as their form. And as you can see, held the shape with the weight of a 3/8 inch thick piece of glass. We've also used it as stacking. This is a piece of spectrum glass right here, and was also used as a kiln carved piece. Kept its form. This is only a single layer of glass here, but as you can see, it's got a nice shape to it. And these can be used over and over again. SilkeMat can also be soft formed. That is, all we do is we take it and we just kind of push it into a pattern, just sort of like that. I've had people use this as a slumping mold and just create the organic shape that they're looking for with their glass just by pushing the SilkeMat together. This particular piece right here was only soft formed, and I have fired this, oh golly, I don't know how many times, to this shape. One thing that I've noticed about SilkeMat is it doesn't have any binders in it. So what you are seeing here is the material unfired and fired, and it looks the same. What the difference is probably is that it's slightly stiffer. Unlike the other fiber materials that you get on the market, that once you fire them, they kind of fall apart on you. Not so with SilkeMat. It will retain its shape. In fact, what happens, it gets, like I said, a little bit stiffer. This is SilkeMat unfired, and this is SilkeMat fired. You can see the difference. It is just slightly stiffer. It will hold its shape better. The stiffness does not come from necessarily burning any binders out. I have not discovered any binders, nor have I been told that there are any binders in this material. There is a slight amount of moisture and a little bit of oil residue from the rollers when it's made, because it comes out in a rolled form. Nonetheless, what happens here is when we fire it, all we do is fire out the moisture in it. And I will take it up to, about 1425, 1450 if I'm firing spectrum or float, anything actually. That's high enough to burn out any moisture, and it will hold its shape a little bit better. If I've already pushed it into a shape, it will hold it better. This, for instance, was soft formed. This was a bowl, and actually will still hold its weight, the weight, after a soft form. I'm going to just set that down right like that. As you can see, it will still support the glass. I have supported in a soft form actually 2 pounds of glass, and it held its shape without any rigidizer. Now we do rigidize this product, and that's going to be a whole new little video for you. But right now, what we're going to be doing is just telling you what the basic usage is for SilkeMat and the safety of it. I get lots of pictures and emails and my Facebook pages and everything from people that have used this in all different kinds of forms, and you will see that posted on the SilkeMat page, and that's SilkeMat, SilkeMat. And it's also available on my websites, bjcashman.com, also vitriata.com, vitriatta.com. And that's probably someone calling for some right now. You never can tell. But that's the basic usages for SilkeMat. And I do want to show you very quickly. I just cut this a moment ago, and it cuts very cleanly. There's no residue of fabric here. Also an X-Acto knife. Cut it any way you wish, any shape that you wish. And it will cut a nice clean swatch. And I didn't finish cutting it. There we go. Try that again, Barbara. Okay. Try that again. Let's get it all the way over here. Okay. Nice clean piece anyway. And like I said, I didn't do anything to these pieces at all. I just put them in the kiln like they were. I did fire the moisture out. That is the only thing I did. I will tell you just briefly, I did not find that float glass stuck to it in fusing temperatures. I did find that the softer glasses, the Spectrums, the Bullseyes, the 90s, 96s, the less viscous glass, that means it flows a little more, I did find that kind of grabbed the SilkeMat a little bit. Not in a slumping situation, that's a lower temperature, but in full fuse, 1425, 1450, in the less viscous materials, that definitely did kind of want to grab a little bit. Float glass, like I said, I have not found it to stick to it at all. So any of you people who are working with float glass, going to love SilkeMat. So if there are any questions, you know how to get me. In the meantime, keep firing.